Kia ora.
E te mana whakawā.
Marama Fox.
Tēnā koe e te mana whakawā.
Nā koe.
Ka tūaki au ki te mihi atu ki te whare ki a koutou e hui nei tēnei wā. Te whakarongo ki te nekehanga o tēnei o ngā pire. Nau tēnei pire. Nā koutou tēnei pire. I ngā marama, i ngā tau kua hipa atu, nā koutou tēnei pire e kawe, e tau tohe tohe, kia wai, ki te kraune. Nā reira kai te mihi atu ki a koutou me o koutou kaha, ki te whakapau wera wera, te tūtuki i ngā kōrero katoa o te pire nei. Koera te mea tuatahi kia. Nā reire te whare o ku hoa mahi o te komiti whiriwhiri take Māori, kai te mihi atu ki a koutou. Me o koutou kaha te ātawananga hia i ngā take kairotu i te pire, tēnā koutou, tēnā tātou katoa. Mr. Speaker, you know, I'm not sure that I can be as conciliatory as the Minister this morning.
Really?
I know it's a hard thing, and I've thought about this long, and I'm not sure that I can be as soft-hearted. I've tried to chill my pill for the last couple of days. But there are some things in this bill that were well debated during the committee stages. Every single part of this bill has been negotiated by people who know more about it than I do. Every single part of this bill has been negotiated by the members of Atiawa and Taranaki with the Office of Treaty Settlements, with their Crown negotiators. And I tell you, over the years of these settlements, you know, our people have got better at negotiating. We're pretty good at that sort of stuff. We've been negotiating for 175 years over how to have our rights observed in the law. The Crown has also got pretty good at negotiating, and that's why we have this debate about the RFR. You know, when you look back at the Kaitahu settlement, they got a geographic RFR over practically the whole island. Any land and the whole of Te Waipounamu that might come up at some time, just maybe, we've got an RFR, yay. The Crown have gotten better at that now, so now you've got to have a list. Show me which bits of land you want. And then when they found out, when they went to go and purchase some land, that actually they couldn't, the title was wrong. When they thought it was the council, it turned out to be the government. Well, we can't guarantee that any list that is out there is going to be correct. So we debated long and hard of whether to have a geographic as well as a list RFR. And can I say that the time probably has come for the whole RFR issue to be reviewed. How and when. We've found out that actually there's a whole lot of stages before it gets offered back to iwi if it's found to be available. And one of them is to a charity. A charity, any charity, could be the Fox Whānau charity of looking after all those sick kids in the Fox Whānau house charity. Could get offered back to them first before it's offered back to iwi. And I find that quite despicable. I don't see the point in that at all. So I think it's time to review it completely. However, all of those things were debated and negotiated by the whānau of Te Atiawa, one of whom you acknowledged this morning, Mr. Speaker. But there's Peter Moyehau, Wikitoria Keenan, Grant, going to say that wrong, Naki, thank you. I was going to say Kentucky, but no, sorry, Grant. Sorry, Keith Holswich, Liana Botu, and Hemi Sungren Green. I'm sorry, I'm really bad at Pākehā names. People mix me up with Marama Davidson all the time, so I sort of get it. But, you know, if I echo the words of Te Whiti o Rungomai, he said, we celebrate the forbearance, the patience, the stout-heartedness of the iwi and their negotiators in getting to this point. If there was an issue, if there was a point to be made, if there was something that through the first reading, the second reading, all the committee stages that needed to be talked about, then surely it could have gone back to them. We could have been celebrating tomorrow a long, hard-fought win, which started with the people of Atiawa being accused of treason, which started under the Suppression of Rebellion Act, which started because they didn't fight against the Crown or the Crown's forces. They simply fought for house and home and refused to sell their lands, and in doing so were accused of treason under the Suppression of Rebellion Act, and the soldiers wheeled in. That's what we're talking about. All of those lands confiscated, people thrown unjustly into prison and held, killed, taken. And after all of this time of trying to have that grievance settled, we come to the 11th hour. This is why I'm so upset. And I don't care what little thing you might be pulling out to justify the stunt that was played in this house. 30 years of negotiations. Is that right? Tell them that, because this is what I'll tell you. This is what I'll tell you, Mr. Peters. This straight from the chairperson, Liana Potu. We were absolutely angry at the start, but now we are just disappointed.
Order.
More than that, New Zealand First have opposed the bill. What we're hearing is it's a technical thing, but we don't know much about it. The fact is, their actions are disingenuous. And to pull not only our bill, but 5 at such a late stage without any explanation to the iwi, whose bills they are, is really disingenuous and despicable. If they actually have a substantive issue that they are opposed to in the bill, I'd rather know about it, and I'd be happy for it to be pulled to sort that issue out. They've pulled it to be pulled out of this issue. They've pulled it without fronting up to us at all, and the 5 busloads of people ready to go down there, and that's not easy, a logistical episode. I did not. I objected. Mr. Speaker, I want it known in the Hansard of this House that I objected to that day being cancelled strongly and sent a message with your whip to tell you exactly. You did not. Showboating and stunting, you know very much about, Mr. Peters.
Order, order. Take your seat, please, member. Now, let's just remember what we're doing here today, and members will have a chance to speak. A constant barrage across the House, and then a response to that doesn't do anything to the dignity of what we're trying to do here today. Point of order, the Right Honourable Winston Peters.
I respect that view, and so does my party. But this is a debate, and at this stage, it cannot be a barrage of or rewriting of history and abuse of another party when, as we will demonstrate, and we don't mind them just raising it for 1 or 2 sentences, but to turn it into a barrage is not going to be tolerated by us because it's utterly false.
I don't need any assistance in respect to that. The point that I made earlier was that the parties concerned will have their own speaking slot and wish to state their case. Interjection is something that's part of a robust debate. That is fine, but let's just remember what we are doing here, and let's retain the decorum of the House. Marama Fox.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And yes, I take it as noted. I'm going back to trying to chill my pill again, because I do get a little bit upset about this, and I'm reading not my words but the words of the chairman, who was also upset. This potential delay is messing with people's livelihoods, their ability to move forward, and tantamount to a political party trampling on our mana. Not my words, their words. So, Mr. Speaker, we come back to the issue of the bill. We are here to support the passage of this bill through so that we can move on, so that the whānau of Atiawa can finally be able to have that redress recognised, so that they can finally have the opportunity to correct the imbalance that continues to exist, so that they can finally take hold of the reins of rangatiratanga, supported through the redress of the Crown, both cultural and financial, and move on and move past and offer back to the country what we have all recognised as one of the biggest koha to this country of Māoridom. One of the largest koha to this country of Māoridom to accept such a pittance, for the great injustice that was carried out first here and then around the rest of the country. And Mr. Speaker, and to our whānau, I feel the weight of it. And those are not made up crocodile grandstanding that we're accused of, because we feel the weight of it, the weight of the injustice. And your time is here, and I wish that it could be settled tomorrow, but we'll have to wait. But we've waited such a long time. We are resilient and strong people, and we can wait a little bit longer. Tēnā koe, Mr. Speaker.